And now, Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN Radio.
When I pop the trunk, head to death. Y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood.
Now act stupid, I'll pop the trunk. Now give me your boom.
He is Jalen Rose.
What up, Doe?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in, center stage on the mic.
And we putting it on wax. It's the new style.
We're Jalen Jacoby. What do we do?
I need to get my bat. We get the people
Go get
what
the
they
bat.
want.
Go get the bat.
We give them exactly what they want, when they want it, when they need it, consistently.
Well, we have Zach Lowe coming on the show later.
Get low.
And again, we're preempted by the Major League Baseball playoffs. So we're always going to leave you the dope pod to step to. So we're recording some exclusive content using your tweets and your voicemails. We love our podcast listeners, especially our day one podcast listeners, especially our everyday podcast listeners, especially people that get paid to listen to the podcast. Jalen,
What up, Doe?
we have a very special announcement before we get started. This Saturday in New York City, there's going to be a live podcast that we'll be recording with our friends at Nike, and there'll be a fabulous performance.
Fab is the guy, and I've been telling you this for years. A, he's a huge sports fan. We got to get him on the show. Hopefully we're able to that day. I appreciate being back part of the Nike family. For those that don't know, I'm just going to put it on wax. That relationship's been fractured for a really long time.
Really? Well, let's not talk about that right now.
I'm just saying, like, it's, you would think as somebody that was at the University of Michigan, was fortunate enough to be a part of the Fab Five and all of the things that the company was able to accomplish, and what we were able to accomplish not only on the floor but off the floor, and still resonate currently at our positions in life, you would have thought that it wouldn't be no thing to reach out to Nike and get them to support JRLA. You would think it wouldn't be no big thing to be a sponsor of the brand, be an endorser, to be a partner.
Well, now you're back, Jalen Rose.
And the lead domino, I think, was the University of Michigan actually going back to being a part of Brand Jordan and being able to catch up with a lot of people who are in power with the company. So I now look forward to a positive and a fruitful relationship with that brand going forward. And it starts on Saturday with my brother David Jacoby and Fab, who I've told you for years we need to have him do our intro.
Here's the thing about Fabulous. He doesn't get mentioned as the greatest to ever do it. You know what I mean? He doesn't get mentioned in the top 5 conversations. It's always a Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas, or whatever, Tupac. But he is slept on, consistent, and he's been doing this now for a decade and is still hot.
And the thing that makes me more proud than anything, he has one thing that never goes away. Bars!
What's he have?
Bars!
I'm so excited just for the Fab performance. I'm excited for the live podcast, the Fab performance. If you want to attend this, go to Jalen's Twitter handle.
Yes, indeed.
He'll tweet out a link. There's a very limited spaces available. They're free. So for just as a gesture to some of our New York City tri-state listeners, go to my Twitter handle, go to Jalen's Twitter handle. You'll see the link.
And
first few people that respond.
And let me put this on wax again. Jalen and Jacoby are coming to New York City. Come and check us out. Come and break bread with us.
I'm excited. I'm also excited to break bread with you, our listeners. Right now,
we gotta
we're
get
going to listen
Fab
to your
do our
voicemails.
intro. We have to.
98580 Jalen. You can leave us a voicemail. If you leave us a voicemail, we'll play it on the show just like this.
Jalen and Jacoby, what up, though? Dennis from Peoria, Illinois. Yo, Jalen. First of all, big shot for your Detroit Pistons finally coming back home. I was watching the home opener, though, and Eminem came out and he introduced the team back to Detroit. I was kind of disappointed, though, in the city of Detroit. Everybody knows when Eminem yells Detroit, everybody's supposed to say what? And your city just didn't hold you down the way I thought they should have, Jalen. Were you disappointed to see Detroit not stand up the way they supposed to with Eminem, Marshall Mathers, the God MC of Detroit, yelled out Detroit, and nobody said, what? Holla back. Get the people what they want.
What up, though, Dennis? Thank you for the shout. Representing Peoria, Illinois. I think Lil Bro Sean Livingston from there also. A couple of things. When you yell Detroit at a basketball game that the Pistons are performing, what the fans say after that is basketball. It's Detroit basketball is what goes after that. And now I understand with the correlation of the great Marshall Mathers, you wanted it to be based on what he has said repeatedly. Detroit, what? I get that also.
People say that to you when we're out. People say, Detroit, what?
It's just a Freudian slip.
I like it.
And so I was happy to see him there. I'm happy that the team's back in the city, and I will be attending a ton of games. So much so, my brother, David Jacoby, and Molly will be at the Pistons game in New York City this Saturday.
I'm a cheer for the Knicks. You know that, right?
You know I'm wearing some Pistons gear, too.
You know I'm a cheer for the Knicks. You know that, right? Just so you know.
Cheer whoever you want.
Okay. Good.
Just know we sitting in the Pistons owners' tickets.
I know what's going to happen. It's going to be the same thing you did to me at the Lions game. You and Molly are going to be sitting in one place, and you're going to give me my ticket, and then my ticket's going to be somewhere else. But you know what? That's me. I'm the common man. I don't need to be in the suites or the floor seats. I like to be with my people, regular people that work hard and pay money for tickets to go watch the Knickerbockers in the Garden.
Big shout to Pistons owner, my good friend Tom Gores and Sarah for making sure that we got tickets. We're going to go represent the hometown team. You can represent your die-hard/die easy.
I'm a die easy Knicks fan.
Knicks fandom.
I haven't watched that many Knicks games lately. Let's be honest. All right. We're going to go over to our Reddit. If you go to reddit.com/r/Jalen Jacoby, we've got a little community there. First, I also want to give a huge shout to DJ Moneycut. DJ Moneycut records songs based on this program, and he also does some photoshops. And there's this one of me eating Chex. He says, Chex Mix is chips, but not Doritos. Failed test, Jacoby.
That is very nice. And it says, keep getting them checks.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That's dope.
Shout out to DJ Moneycut.
That is dope. You still think that checks are chips?
It supported my argument at the time. Let's just say that.
Well, you know that's kind of a yes-no question.
No, I do not think they're chips.
Okay.
But at the time, it supported my argument. So at the time, I thought they were chips.
He's right. That's a failed test.
Exactly. Next question we have is from Kai Digo. What do the Timberwolves need to do to make the playoffs? I need Jimmy Butler to play better than he did last night.
They need to play defense. The one thing about adding Jimmy Butler, who is going to compete on that end of the floor, while Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins have terrific potential, in particular on the offensive end, they struggle defensively. And so for a squad that wants to play fast, that means you have to be getting stops and not taking the ball out of bounds because the other team's scoring or get to the line. That's going to aid the leap that they hope to take this year.
Next we have, this is from Brian. Who will have the better career, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, or Josh Jackson?
Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, or Josh Jackson? I'm going with Ben Simmons.
I'm going to go with there, too. I've always been a huge fan of Ben Simmons' game, even when he was at LSU.
I've said this while he was at LSU, and I know people think I'm crazy. I just said this on Countdown the other night. He shoots with the wrong hand.
He does. He's right-handed.
When he goes to the line, he's shooting with his left hand.
When he goes to the hole.
When he's finishing the best at the basket, it's with his right hand. I do think that that's something that should and will change at some point of his career. And the other thing that must change, what is Markelle Fultz doing with his free throws?
I don't really understand. You would think that after his free throws got this much coverage, like in his shooting style got this much coverage, he would just like bring some resolution to it, but he seems to be still tinkering.
And since college, and I know he's kind of gotten away from being one of my guys, Joel Embiid What a terrific physical specimen and talent on the basketball floor. Shoots jump shots, shoots step back.
He
legs.
faked Gortat last night at the 3-point line, went right past Gortat, and then rose up to just obliterate Jason Smith. But he missed the dunk, but it was just even the potential to even try that is impressive.
And also the way he competes defensively, blocks shots, and I must give him props. Whoever is advising him, keep giving him sound advice. You know what he did? He did something to corporate America I truly appreciated. He waited till he got paid before he got his cornrows. Boss move.
It's a boss move. Let's listen to another voicemail. Don't forget, if you call 985-80-JALEN, you can leave us a voicemail.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rufus from Austin, Texas. Been a huge fan of the podcast for 6 years. Currently sitting in Austin traffic, and just wanted to give you guys a call. I wanted to ask both you guys, but really more for Jacoby. Do you guys listen to the new Wu-Tang album? Just want to hear if you've listened to it. If you have any thoughts. I listened to it. I think it's pretty good. And just want to get your guys' opinion. Love the show. Shout out Carlos. Keep giving the people what they want. Appreciate it.
I love the name Rufus.
I love that Carlos got the independent shout out.
He deserved it.
No question.
I love the name Rufus. I like Rufus in Austin. I want to hang out with Rufus in Austin, Texas.
Rufus and Shaka Khan.
Question is, have I heard the Wu-Tang album? Shocking answer. No. And I'll tell you why. I remember...
as he's wearing a Wu-Tang shirt.
Listen.
Representing.
I am saving it for a nice long drive or jog so I can fully experience it, not just 1 or 2 songs while I'm on my bike or in a car going in an Uber going for 10 minutes. I need the appropriate environment to really surround myself and snuggle up with this album and listen to the Wu-Tang. Rufus, you're the best. Let's listen to one more voicemail.
Hey, what's up, Jalen Jacoby? This is Phil from Ohio, born and raised in Philly. Shout out, Rich. I got a statement, not a question, really. Just got hit to the podcast last year, and I was just wondering what's up with this beef with Arby's. Like, it's kind of weird. I moved here from Philly a couple years ago and went to Arby's, and I like the brisket and the Reubens and the curly fries. And I heard Jacoby like really bashing on Arby's. I was just wondering where that came from. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. Talk to you later. Peace.
He's right about one thing. It is weird that we have beef with Arby's. Could be a potential sponsor. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell it like it is. Food's not good. Don't like the food. I go to Arby's, I get a roast beef sandwich, I have 2 bites, and I regret that I bought the roast beef sandwich immediately.
Never been to Arby's, never been to Hardee's.
Cracker Barrel?
Never been to Cracker Barrel.
Steak and Shake?
You think I'm going to go somewhere with Crackle in the name?
That's a good point. Steak and Shake?
Yes, in Indiana. No
Indiana,
doubt about it.
That makes sense. Steak and Shake is an Indiana staple. So now we have Christopher. He says, what do you think about Adam Silver's plan to allow high school to be drafted to the G League instead of going to college?
I don't like it.
So interesting. I do like this.
I don't like it. So let me get this right. Hold on.
Okay.
Hit the brakes. See, this just made me mad.
Good.
Hold on. Let me get this right. So you mean to tell me an elite player like Ben Simmons must go to college?
No. He's proposing that they
I'm
must.
not finished.
Okay.
An elite player like Ben Simmons must go to college.
Or overseas.
I'm not finished.
Okay. You finish. I'll stop talking.
Thank you.
I'm not going to stop talking.
An elite player
like Ben Simmons.
Like Ben Simmons ain't going to the G League. That's not going to happen. That is not even an option.
Really? Why?
Because it's the G League. And you're not getting elite level talent on a nightly basis to perform. And you're not getting paid top dollar.
When he's playing at LSU, he's not getting elite level talent. If you look at the you always say, you know, you're as loyal as your options.
Okay.
If it's LSU or the G League, wouldn't you prefer to go to the G League?
Okay. So tell me the three best players in the G League?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Troy Daniels. He's in the G League.
Okay. My point exactly. So, in other words, the elite level players have two options. Either go to college or go overseas. But the players who aren't future lottery picks can fall right and play in the G League and get in the system. That's whack. I'm not a fan of that.
See,
at all.
I like this.
No, not rolling.
If you were Jalen Rose coming out of high school, Southwestern, state champs, and someone said to you, you can go to the G League or you can go to college basketball for 1 year, which one would you prefer to play in?
The one that has a big budget. College.
Why? So you can get free gear and have a nice bus?
No, because you're getting the one thing that has gotten lost about being a scholarship athlete is you're treated really well. You're exposed to the best of the best. Coaches, facilities, television, opportunities to further your career. And by the way, how about this? And actually get an education. Wait a minute.
That's not really happening for these elite level basketball players, Jalen Rose.
Actually, we're not going to generalize. There are some players that are serious about their academics. But again, this is not designed for the elite level player. It's not at all. How about this? I'll give you another example of why people don't go to the G League. Why do you think in an NBA that's predominantly African American, none of those players choose to go to black colleges out of high school?
They won't get television exposure. The budgets will be smaller.
The exact same reason they're not going to the G League. Correct. Money.
Another thing is the G League contracts are $75,000. Right?
And by the way, you just saw a player from Louisville get $100,000.
Wouldn't you prefer to go like a Brandon Jennings route where you can go to Italy, get paid real money, play professional basketball, not an NBA level, but still professional basketball, and then come back and play in the NBA?
No, I want to do what a lot of collegiate athletes have done. Just get paid to go to college.
Fair enough. Let's get to people with that.